All right, here we are, week 12. Second last game of the season for the number 1 ranked Wyoming Cowboys. Traveling down to the SEC, Tiger Stadium. This will be a big test, even though LSU's 5-5. They're an SEC team, and SEC teams never give up. Especially LSU playing at home at night. It'll be a challenging game. This is LSU. I'm sure LSU, they've had a disappointing year. I'm sure LSU wants nothing more than to upset these Cowboys. They wear white at home, I believe, right? Yeah, they do. We'll go brown pants. White helmet, brown helmet. White helmet, brown helmet. They have white helmets, brown helmets. No, they have gold helmets. There you go. All right. You can see 95, 93, 95. They're a good team. Cowboys are gonna have to play a good game to beat this team. Everyone is aiming for the Cowboys now. They're sitting at the top that everyone's going to want to try to be the ones to knock them off. And it could easily be these LSU Tigers at home. Easily. Despite their record this year. The SEC is always talented. How is JP not one of the hot
Hi,
players?
everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports
NCAA
Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Wyoming's just where it wanted to be. Ranked number 1 in the poll. It's something that they've not only hoped for, they've reached for, they've grabbed, and now that they have a hold of it, you just don't see a situation where this team is going to give this thing back. That does it for us here on the NCAA College Football pregame show. Enjoy the game. We'll see you at the half.
What's a quarterback? Look at that. Mike.
We've got more than 92,000 fans in Tiger Stadium, proud home of Louisiana State. It's appropriately called Death Valley, and it's one of college football's biggest home field advantages.
And now it's time for the coin toss, and it's brought to you by Coke Zero. Real Coca-Cola taste, 0 calories.
This team has goosebumps playing in a place like this. It's going to be their job. It's going to be the defense's job to take this crowd out of the game.
He sends this one deep.
So many things I like about the stadium.
And the
First they have those like double support goalposts. My favorite thing is probably that they have yard markers every 5 yards instead of 10. Look at that protection.
All day to throw. Throws quick to the receiver and it falls incomplete.
His receiver didn't have much of a chance to make a play on the ball. So
look at that protection. It's crazy. And the other thing is that
it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 25.
The Tiger eye at midfield, it goes from like the 40 to the 40. At least.
Steps out of bounds at the 31.
All right, D. Let's show this SEC team the Pac-12's here to play.
Wideout makes the first down catch. And they make the stop around the 36-yard line. From their own 36-yard line. First down. Fires quickly, and he's got his man. He's taken down at the 37-yard line.
To tackle the 37-yard line. That brings up 2nd and 9.
You know what? Well, this is what we'll try to do. Let's see. Can we do it here? Let's see. All right, D, let's go.
And down he goes around the 39-yard line.
That's a gain of 2 on the play. That makes it 3rd and 7.
That was a hard fought 2 yards right there because they hit him behind the line.
And they'll look to convert here on another 3rd down. Fires quick. He's got another one. Tackle at the 47-yard line.
That makes it 1st and 10.
All right, I'll say the 40 or the 40. It looked like the 41 to the 41, but close enough.
Edwards gains about 4 yards there.
That makes it 2nd and 6.
Here's the
Look at
8th play of the
stadium.
series.
All the games, all the plays that have been there, that have played, come through there.
He's at the 40, and he's taken down at the 36-yard line.
You know that saying, get your keys out because we're on a drive? This offense right now is
This is a drive, you're right.
3rd first down. They're doing just about anything they want, and they're really starting to wear the psyche of this defense down.
Got it, and brought down immediately.
This is going to be a tough game.
This is the 10th play of this drive.
Hopefully this doesn't turn into LSU Texas A&M a couple years ago. Well, sorry.
They take him down immediately.
LSU Texas A&M in the future because it's 2017. We'll have a pretty high scoring game. I think it was like 75-72, something like that. What was? Well, I mean, it's in the future, so
Ball on the 28-yard
I'm predicting that. In fact, it actually might be next year.
They'll bring him down around the 26-yard line. We're at the 12th play of the drive.
LSU's just kind of smacking us right in the face.
Got it. And he goes down quickly.
On the tackle at the 19-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
from the 19-yard line. It's second down. Brought down at the 16-yard line. And we'll take a break while the injured player is attended to.
Oh, honestly, that sucks. Big game.
Play of this drive.
I'm sure the kid wanted to give it his all, playing against the #1 team in the country at home. Hopefully it's not too serious.
He's got the corner. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers.
That's a drive.
He splits the uprights with the extra point. Reese Davis joins us in the studio with this update. Reese?
The Huskies were ranked number 17. Another W, and they hope another move up in the poll. They've won 8 games on the season.
LSU kicked this one off. And he got all of this one. Great kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback. Wyoming's a team and a program that year in, year out's got 1,000-yard rushers. Sometimes they've got 2, and they've got that huge offensive line. And, you know, you get too worried about them, and sometimes you can overlook the fact they can throw the ball.
It's going to be tough today for this defense. I think they're going to have to take some chances and load this line of scrimmage. And, you know, as a play caller for this offense, when you have such a gifted running back, it opens up every aspect of the offense. I mean, the play-action pass with this running game, you get those linebackers and safeties coming up close to the line of scrimmage. It's a great time to really open up and show what you can do as a complete offense. It'll be a challenge.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. Nice run.
Here you go, JP.
Wyoming's loaded, and they've got one of their key players back again this year. It always helps when you got veteran leadership, Herbie, and it really helps when they're as talented as this guy is.
First and 10. Ball on the 40. The Tigers had one of their
sucks.
key guys go down earlier.
Kid's off
Looks
4
like
weeks.
he might be able to return. Would have been a big play by the defense. He can't hold it.
You like a team that's ready to defend the pass. It takes some preparation to get in the way of a pass like that.
I thought I fixed that. Guess not.
From their own 40-yard line. Second down. He scrambled. Tough throw on the run and caught. Tackle made at the 35-yard line.
The Cowboys coaching staff has just been raving about this kid, putting up some monster stats this season. He's a great fit for their system. I think that's the key right now. That's one of the reasons why he's putting up numbers that are among the nation's elite. From the 35-yard line. First down.
Let's go, D. Check, check. 98 Weasel. 98 Weasel.
He's tackled at the 11-yard line.
Not the greatest pass, but a really, really good play by the receiver to bail out his quarterback.
Not the worst. I mean, just a little behind him. It wasn't that bad.
First and 10. Ball on the 11. Nice run, and he's brought down.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. And he's tackled at the 4-yard line.
Didn't fought for that yard.
That makes it 3rd and 3.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Touchdown, Wyoming.
Nice answer right there. Way to go, O.
He's got a nose for the end zone. What more can you say? He wasn't giving up on that run until he was in for the score.
Will be tied with the extra point. And he tacks on the extra point. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got?
Off to LA we go. This is a game we've been watching closely all day long. And for Stanford, they're looking to win their 3rd straight. Stanford has the lead, 13-6.
Interesting.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. And it sails out of the end zone for a touchback.
I think we saw the effects of what a long drive can do to a defense the last time this offense was out on the field. They took that football and drove the length of the field to put points up on the board. And I think it really started to affect not only just the sight, but maybe even the conditioning where they started to get a little bit fatigued.
It's 2nd and 7. Ball on the 28.
I've been hot down in the Bayou tonight, even though it's November. There you go,
And they bring
Pepe.
him down for a sack
Way to
on the
fight.
play.
Way to get up from that block.
A loss of 8 yards on the play.
Way to go, Pepe.
That makes it 3rd and 15.
And they make the stop at the 29.
I know the defense would have liked to have prevented such a big gain, but the important thing...
Simmons awaits the snap.
Let's see if the LSU
He
faithful
puts
start
it
singing
away,
neck.
and it's a great kick.
If you don't know what neck is, look it up.
Tackle made
not sure
at
I
the
can-
29-yard line.
I'm sure I can say the words on this video, but look it up.
I was really impressed with their last series. They came out with a focus on the passing game, and the offense got the job done. We'll see if they have the same strategy here.
They'll drop him for a loss.
The offensive line needs to do a better job of not only handling the defensive linemen, but getting up to the linebackers. That way the ball carriers will have a little bit more room to get to that second level.
Second down and 14. Ball on the 26-yard line.
Don't even snap it, Aiden. Let it go.
So at the end of one, we get a tie game at 7-7. And we welcome you back to the action here. Just about set to start the second quarter. Throws it in a hurry.
I credit the quarterback on that pass. He made a great read and delivered a very nice pass for the first down.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 41. And he's tackled after
Here you go,
positive
Finn.
yardage.
Drive those legs for positive yardage there. Good job, buddy.
From their own 45-yard line. Second down. Has some daylight. They go to the left for a nice gain. About 7 yards there on the scamper from the halfback, and that's going to be good for the first.
They went misdirection there on the counter. Good job up front by the offensive line and by the running back to follow his blocks.
From the 48-yard line, it's first down.
Watch the 86. Watch 86. Right, 68. Right, 68.
Going deep, lays it out there.
Pass
Knocked
interference.
down, incomplete.
Smart, heady play by that defender. That was solid, fundamental pass defense.
Now he tries to buy some time. Got a receiver, and he dropped it. Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 38. And a nice catch there before he stepped out of bounds.
Nice pass.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
From the 35-yard line. First down.
He's all the way home.
Way to fight,
Touchdown.
Colts.
They looked awesome on that play. A well-thrown football and a great effort to get the ball into the end zone.
Would like to see Aiden throw the ball downfield instead of across.
So they're going to try and determine exactly where the ball was when he went down. So the booth is trying to determine exactly where they'll spot the ball.
I think it's short. Can't really tell. It's inconclusive.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So after review, they'll change the spot of the ball, and we'll play football again. And this is the 9th play of the current drive. They're trying to stop the run here with a goal line defense. He tackles him for a loss.
No gain on the play. That brings up second and goal.
From the 1-yard line. Second down. They've got their goal line sets on the field. This might be a good time for play action. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Nope. When you get JP in the backfield,
He's got 2 touchdowns
you
on
don't
the
need to
ground
pass
today.
like that. There
This
you
guy
go.
has
Nice
great
toss.
vision out of the backfield. Even if a hole is in, to wait for one to open, and then he hits it.
And he converts the extra point. Let's get the latest now from Reese Davis.
The Trojans enter today's game ranked 9th in the country. Let's take yet another peek
Trojans
at this
making a
game.
comeback.
And for USC, they look to pull away in this one. The Trojans
BC
have the
upset
lead,
Florida State, looks like.
21-13.
Touchdown difference in this one, Reese. 7.
Deep to return.
Wyoming ready to kick this
Looks
one
like
off.
BC upset Florida State
He really
38-14.
got a hold
looks
of
like.
that kick.
At BC, I
And they
believe.
can forget about returning this one.
With 1 quarter down, I really haven't seen too much separation between these two squads. Might be neck and neck the whole way.
Neck. Might be what? Neck? Look that up. Look up neck.
Tackled after a decent pickup.
That's good for a gain of 7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down. He takes
Wow.
it right side for a good gain.
Golden strong right there. 9 yards, Evan, 9 yards of carry right there. Oh, look at Peoples.
That was just smash mouth, helmet to chin football by the.
I saw Peoples creeping up. Look at this. He timed that perfectly. Look at that. Boom. When he hits you, you go down.
That brings up 2nd and 13.
It's a point of attack.
It's 2nd down now. 13 to go.
Ball on the 33. Out of bounds at the 37.
And I think he's got a good rhythm going right now with his wide receivers.
Hines got hit there
He
good.
hit him for a
Keep
nice
hitting him.
game.
They're already down a halfback. Let's see if they can scare his quarterback. Screen.
Here comes the screen,
Oh,
and
look
they
at
can't
that.
connect.
Pepe with a great play. Pepe.
Was the intended receiver.
Nice play.
That'll make it 4th and 10.
The defense has everybody on the line. I think they're going to come after this one. And he just got
Oh,
drilled.
man.
You're always looking for the home run return, the big highlight. Didn't happen there, but he still got him a couple yards.
Momentum swings have been fairly even. And with so little separation, this game can be drastically changed on just 1 or 2 plays. Wyoming is up a score. Quick out to his receiver. He's taken down around the 47-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 13 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
From their own 47-yard line. 1st down. Nice run to the outside. Perez gets 6 yards on the carry.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down.
Check, check. Let go. Let go.
He makes it to the 45-yard line. He gains a couple of yards on the carry.
Boy, the senior linebacker's experience really showed on that run. He sniffed it out perfectly and made the tackle.
At the 34.
Good, solid running right there. Getting past the defensive lineman and into the secondary before he could be stopped.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 34-yard line. Wyoming is up 7.
Here we go. Green 88. Green 88.
And he hits him hard at the 21-yard line.
Landry makes the tackle at the 21-yard line. First down.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 21-yard line. And he tackles him hard at the 22-yard line. Loss of 1 there for the halfback.
Great penetration into the backfield, and that was just a great hit to finish off the play.
Second down and 11 yards to the sticks. Ball on the 22-yard line. And he's going to come up with a sack.
But the defense is fired up, responding and reacting to that sack. Not only did they get the quarterback, but they hit him and hit him hard. I think that can really create some confidence for this defense. The next time this quarterback drops back to throw, you got to be thinking he's going to be a little bit gun-shy and concerned about the pressure that these defense is putting on him.
And now they're faced with another 3rd and long as they try to convert and move those chains again.
Set. Green 19. Check, check. Box 2. Box 2. Check, check. Box 2. Box 2.
Tackle made at the 15.
It's all right.
That makes it 4th and 4.
Wyoming up 7 points. Kicks up, and it's footsie uprights.
Way to go, Barry. Way to get points.
Barry.
That's what we needed to get the ball.
He looks ready to kick this one deep. He kicks it
Defense
off,
just
and he
has
got
to
all
stop
of that
this
one.
53
And it
seconds. They
sails
can't,
out of the end zone for a touchback.
they can't allow some cheap points here.
The offense is looking to be a little bit more successful with this drive as they had to punt the ball away the last time they had it. He's got to throw it in a hurry.
Oh,
It's
haul
almost
it.
picked off.
That's why you're a linebacker. You're big. You don't have a you tackle.
From their own 25-yard line. Second down.
As long as you break it up, that's all. That's all Coach Cook asked for. The main thing is to break it up. Turnovers are secondary.
That's
Like
a
that,
great
big hit
tackle
right
at the
there.
35.
That's what you do. You stop them short of the first down. You make them burn some clock. Hurry up.
And he just gets rid of it. That'll make it 4th down.
Fourth
and they're going to have to
down.
punt.
It was a good hold by the defense on 3rd down. Now their punt returner will get a chance to make something happen.
30 seconds, 3 timeouts.
Calhoun is back
Let's see
deep
what
to
kind
return.
of let's see what kind of return Jermaine can give us.
Tackle at the 36-yard line. Perez's game is about giving it to him and giving it to him and giving it to him again, Kirk, and he just keeps ramming it in there, and he's not disappointing anybody.
No, not at all. I mean, the one thing about his game is he's so versatile, and they've found unique ways to get him the football, and he's not let this offense down in the first half. He's off to a great start. We'll see what he can do in the second half.
So you wonder what kind of excitement we'll see this time around. Tries to thread the needle, and it's not going to work.
Oh,
he's tackled at the 37-yard line.
Just when it looked like this offense might be able to put this game out of reach, you turn the football over with an interception. Boy, this could come back in a big way to bite you.
First and 10. Ball on the 37-yard line.
All right, D. There you go, Hollis.
And we've seen just why many call this kid one of the best defensive players in the country.
This guy's just it just looks like he is stronger and faster than everybody else on the field.
Got it, but he's going to lose yards here. LSU will have one timeout remaining. Third down, and they need to get it to the 27. They go with a screen here, and the halfback's got it. He's at the 30. He's knocked out of bounds.
Wow.
At about the 25-yard line.
That makes it first and 10.
It has the distance, and he nails the long field goal.
Well,
that's the end of the half, and believe it or not, folks, it's still anyone's
first
ball game.
quarter and most of the second.
17-10, Wyoming.
Glad to have you with us in the studio for the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 halftime show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Reese Davis and David Pollack here, completely locked in on that first half. This game's been everything we anticipated it being. Each team matching each other blow for blow. Just a one-possession game at this point. What do you expect to change things in the second half?
Well, it's always fun to watch two teams in two games match up the hype. And we talk about it all week and how big this game is.
That was a great play by that
the players
team.
making plays. And, you know, the big play is something
Cutting
that we
off the
continue
pass,
to beat into
cutting
the
off the
ground.
route.
And which one doesn't give that up? A lot of times, you know, games are lost and won by turnovers and giving it away and making that crucial mistake. You can do everything right and you can execute right, but it just takes that one misstep, that one turnover to really put you in a bad position.
All right, Reese and David, welcome back, everybody. Just about set to start the second half. He sends this one deep. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. They'll take over here, ready to start a new series. Wyoming is up by a touchdown. Here he goes. And down he goes at about the 49.
I like how efficient the offense looked on that play. Everybody knew their assignment, and it all came together for a nice run.
Look at Colt. Colt White, he's a player.
We've got a first and 10. Ball on the 49. Quick throw.
Oh, come on.
The quarterback has made some really careless throws. But you got to also give credit to the defense for being able to clean up the
That was a
mess
bad
and create
throw.
the
That was
turnovers.
on Aiden. That one.
from their own 31-yard line. It's first down. And they make the stop at about the 41.
I think Coach Sweeney has the right mindset of trying to, keeping LSU on their heels by passing, not keying on JP.
Tries to fit it in there, and it'll be intercepted.
Nice, Peeps. There you go,
And
Peeps.
he's tackled at about the 47-yard
Way to save your
line.
offense, Peeps. Way to save your own. Good job, Peeps.
From their own 47-yard line. First down. Wyoming is up a score. Makes it to the 44.
Nice audible. You
Great
saw
job
that.
by the running back, and that's a gain
Saw
of
that
9.
safety creep up there.
It's second and inches.
Smart play, Aiden.
So it's second down, and they're only about a foot away from picking up the first down. Again with the run, and he carries the ball for a nice gain.
Call it a gain of 6 yards. That makes it first and 10.
From the 38-yard line, first down. Almost intercepted there.
That would have put Aiden on the bench, at least for a series.
Makes it second and 10.
Just kind of let him calm down a little bit.
Now he's scrambling. Got a man, watch out here. And he's taken down around the 12-yard
play.
line.
Brown brings him down at the 12-yard line.
Nice play, Aiden.
First down.
Way to get rid of that. You saw that rush coming.
First and 10. Ball on the 12. Wyoming is up 7. He gets out to about the 9-yard line. Malloy gets 3 yards on the play.
That'll make it second and 7.
Ball inside the 10-yard line. It's second down. Nice run, and he's brought down.
That's good for a gain of 4 yards. That makes it third and 3.
Third down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down. Throws for the touchdown.
Oh,
It's gonna
no,
be an
what a
interception.
oh, he had him
The quarterback just
open.
can't believe it. He really wishes he could have that one back.
Every quarterback has
That was-
passes
that
he
was a
wishes
great
he could
play.
have back.
That was-
However, hey, a pick is a pick, and no one is going to care how bad he wants that one back.
Yeah, 3. That's 3. Man, that was a great defensive play. All right, now they're gonna have to go 99 yards if they want to score a touchdown. Let's get a safety. Let's get the ball.
Tackled after a decent pickup. Second down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Hold.
They'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. And he makes it out to about the 17-yard line.
Was that Shlomo coming in?
That brings up 2nd and 9.
Second down and 9 to go. Ball on the 17-yard line. Caught over the middle.
Nice.
Brought down at the 17-yard line.
No gain on the play. That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Got hit and still completed it. And he's level at the 25.
Gain of 8 on the play. 4th down.
Nice hit, Paulie. All right, D. Watch the. They're not going to fake it at the 26.
Simmons
You never know.
is the punter. Tackle made at the 38. The Cowboys' plan was to run the ball, and they are doing it as well as we've seen it.
They're running the football. These backs seem to be hitting the holes just at the right time. And how about the offensive line? Just opening up some nice holes, just doing what this offense needs
All right,
to do.
no
to be
harm, no
successful.
foul. No harm, no foul.
The quarterback threw an interception on their last drive. Let's
That's
see if
all
they can
right.
be
No
more
harm, no
successful
foul.
here.
One general rule in any game is to hold on to the ball. If you're in the negative in the turnover department, your chances of winning decrease exponentially.
He gets out to about the 44-yard line. And for Perez, he's had a solid game, running for over 100 yards now.
This kid is just a monster when it comes to picking up stats. And I'm sure the folks who vote on the Heisman will take notice of that. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 44. Wyoming up 7 points.
Here we go. Green 9.
He's taken down right around the 38-yard line.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
Nice high percentage pass for Aiden to complete there.
Nice run up the middle. That's good enough to pick up the first down.
He got by a couple of defenders and made it to the sticks for the first down.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 34. Makes the catch and look out. Tackle and
Nice
about
fight,
the
Finney.
23-yard line.
Gain of 11 yards. First down.
First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 23.
Here we go. Green 88. Green 88.
And he's tackled after positive yardage.
Gain of 5 on the play. That
Big
brings up
Chuck
2nd
D.
and 5.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 18-yard line. Wyoming is up by a touchdown.
Here we go.
Here's the give, and he tackles him hard at the 17.
That's a gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
Now he tries to buy some time. Goes to the end zone, and he's got the halfback touchdown.
That defensive play, he was in no man's land.
So
He
it's
was
the
either
running back who
come up
shows off his hands on the
to
touchdown.
Aiden
It's such a
or
bonus to have a back who can contribute
drop
to the
back
passing
to
game.
JP.
Everyone's all lined up and ready for the kickoff. Excellent kick. He's to the 20. They'll bring him
All right,
down
D, keep
at
it up.
the
Let's keep it
24.
up, D.
Wyoming's continuing to play extremely tough defense. This has been impressive.
It's just been impressive to watch them play with such an attitude, almost a chip on their shoulder with the energy that they're playing with. I think it's going to require that kind of effort.
Let's keep
to be
it
able
up,
to win
D.
this game.
There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. On the ground, right side. And they get nice yardage on that run.
That's a gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first. Nice run to the outside. Good run by the quarterback.
Nice
The
hit,
thing that
Pete.
impresses me is the decision making. He sees it
better
open,
just
decides to turn it up. It's a nice gain and a 1st down.
All right, put your 4s up.
So at the end of the 3rd quarter, the Cowboys lead 24-10.
It's a big-time college football game here.
Into the 4th quarter now, and we're back to the action. Gives it to the back.
Nice
Tackle
pursuit.
made right around the 36-yard line. Collier picks up a yard on the play.
That was a great tackle. The defender seemingly out of nowhere and put a big hit on the ball carrier.
From their own 36-yard line. 2nd down.
Hollis. Oh,
He's
come on,
tackled at
guys.
the 44.
You hit him in the backfield.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Golden's a good running back, but still.
They'll get him for a loss.
Peeps.
The defense was playing the run all the way, and they got it right.
Peeps.
Nice work.
That'll make it 4th and 2.
Looks like they've decided to go for it here.
Interesting call right here.
Golden gets the carry right side.
Interesting call, but you know the Mad Hatter gambles. The Mad Hatter gambles, so.
Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. It's the tailback. Tackled outside after a nice pickup. Perez gains around 6 yards on the run.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
All right, fellas, if we can get a field goal out of here, that's 3 scores.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. Gets to about the 34-yard line.
All right, you big boys up front. Nice run, JP. Nice fight.
Away with a first down on the play.
If you can consistently get 4 or 5 yards at a pop, you know that you're going to have a functioning offense.
First and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Wide 80.
Gets out to around the 22.
That's good for a gain of 8 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
They need about 3 yards to get the first here on 2nd down.
Here we go. Wide 80. Wide 80.
Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
Call it a gain of 5 yards. First down.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 17. And down he goes at the 16.
Gain of 1 on the play. That makes it
That's all right. Keep the clock moving.
From the 16-yard line. 2nd down. Here's an opening. The 5. Touchdown,
Look at that run.
Wyoming. He's having quite a game. 3 rushing touchdowns now.
When Heisman voters are trying to decide who will get their support, they're going to be thinking about places like this one he's having here today.
He makes the PAT. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
What a matchup this is in the Pac-12. And for UCLA, they've now dropped 3 in a row.
Wow.
Snyder's gunslinger mentality paid off. Big
Well,
day, throwing for more than 250
I'd say there's a bunch of fat ladies in the Tiger Stadium starting to sing right now.
Sails out of the end zone for a touchback. Wyoming's just not going to let him come for air, I guess.
This defense has just been stifling. They've shut down the running game. They, for the most part, limited the big plays in the pass game. They've got a nice lead here in the 4th quarter.
They're set to go for another round. Clemens picks him up around 7 yards with that catch.
7 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 3.
2nd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the first down.
Where's 52? Watch 52. There goes down. 28. There go.
And he's tackled right around the 42-yard line.
That was a great route by the receiver. It started out looking like a streak, but in reality, it was going to be a corner route the whole time. Nice job of beating the zone coverage and getting the first down.
He lets it fly. He almost had it, but
Keeps
it's
there for
incomplete.
the pass defense.
Edwards, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
This
Second
defense
down,
started
10
off
to go.
slow the first 2
Ball on the
drives.
42-yard line.
Since then, with the exception of this, since then they've been lights out.
And they make the stop at the 41-yard line.
That was it.
That makes it
There's a bullet.
Quick throw, and he's got his man again. And he's taken down at about the 13. Just under 3 to go in regulation. Quick throw, caught, touchdown.
Well, they're going to go for the onside kick. Let's get our hands team in
And
there.
he hits the PAT. So under 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. And the score is 31-17. He's tackled at the 42-yard line. And for Malloy, it has not been an easy ride in this one.
Yeah, I think this has been a soul-searching game for him because right now he's getting tested. His composure is being tested. His teammates are still believing in him. But right now for him, he's got to reach deep down and find out how much confidence he really has in himself.
The offense was able to punch it in the end zone on that last drive. They'll come back out looking for more of the same. Handoff up the middle. Good outside run there. 6 yards there on the counter.
6 yards. That brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 36-yard line, it's 2nd down.
Ready. Green 19. Green 19.
He makes his
Yes,
way to
nice
about
run,
the 22. The Tigers taking their first time out of the half.
Great blocking.
From the 22-yard line, it's 1st down. Just over 2 minutes in the game. And he carries the ball for a nice gain. LSU will have 1 timeout remaining.
Make him use those timeouts. Fundamental offense right there.
He gets out to about the 15-yard line. The Tigers using their 3rd and final timeout. The Cowboys will use their first time out of the half.
Coach Waters just talking to him, just be smart. Hold on to the ball.
3rd down, and they're going to need about 3 yards to pick up the 1st down. The 10. They'll bring him down at the 3. And for Perez, it's another benchmark. He's got himself a 2,000-yard season, folks.
Just staying healthy an entire year should be considered success for a running back.
Man.
But there is no doubt that this guy has been a large part of this team's success.
Did everyone see what
It's 1st down.
I saw?
They'll be looking for 6 points here. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Oh.
That's a huge touchdown on the ground, Herbie. That might do it. And he adds the extra point. Here's an update from the studio and restated.
We take you out to a battle in the Pac-12. This was a tight one.
Barry
Has the ball all teed up, and he's ready to kick this one
All right.
off. Nice kick, plenty of distance.
He's going to...
And it goes into the end zone,
Not gonna
down
return.
for a touchback.
Boy, this is turning into a shootout here. Now, remember, the last time we saw this offense out in the field, they answered the bell and scored a touchdown. Now, a second time.
Last drive ended with as good a result as you can hope for, and I'm sure they'd like to replicate that here.
You know, when this defense went over to the sideline based on the way they've been playing so far, this defense coordinator's got to be livid. He's got to get in their face. He's got to challenge them. He's got to get their emotions going, because when you play defense, it's not just about X's and O's. It's about attitude and playing with a lot of confidence.
Another game with another long pass play. It's just 4 games in a row.
Now it's 1st and 10 with the defense trying to regroup after giving up the big pass. Just over a minute left.
I don't hear many people singing neck.
Caught out in the open.
Wow.
Brought down at the 15.
That's good for another LSU first down.
Throws out, got his back again. He's knocked out of bounds around the 13-yard line.
That's good for a gain of 2 yards.
It's 2nd and 8. Ball on the 13-yard line. Under heavy pressure. It's a fumble. It's scooped up, and it's a lineman that's got it.
Nice hit, Pepe. Nice play, Pepe. Great play, Pepe.
Dumps it complete to the halfback over the middle. He's taken
Look at that
down
pursuit.
around the 24-yard line. And they back up 3 yards on that play.
Pretty good stand there. They weren't fooled at all by the offensive play call.
He's going right. It's intercepted, and that should do it.
Go Shlomit.
Here he goes.
Go Shlomit. Go Shlomit.
Oh, boy. I bet he knew as soon as he released that football that he shouldn't have made the throw. And that's the thing. When you're under that kind of pressure, it takes away that 1 split second you need to scan the area so you know where it's a safe throw.
We should just see the quarterback take a knee right here, winding down the rest of this clock. Takes a knee.
All right. Hard-fought victory, fellas. No need to snap it, Aiden.
Ready! Red 68! Red 68!
No need to snap it. Let it go. Way to bounce back. Way to stay in the game, Aiden. 3 picks, but you stayed in the game.
Perez is the star of the game, Kirk. It's as simple as that. He played a great game.
Lose focus.
The whole team played a great game, and they won it. That's the important part.
Yeah, Brad, he had an excellent game, and really kind of what we expected coming into today's game, for him to be able to step up and show that he's one of the top players in the country, and he really didn't disappoint at all. While individual accolades are great, I'm sure he'll tell you the fact that his team came away with a victory is really the most important aspect of this game.
It's a big win for this program. Big win for this program. One may call it a milestone win for this program. All right, obviously we're still number 1, but let's see how the rankings are. And obviously now, if the bowl projections are in, then it's just simple what the projected bowl is right now. The unspoken game, because there are 2 more games before our bowl game, whatever that bowl game is. Team's got a week. You got a week for JP to rest that shoulder. Took a big hit there. Might have to look at his pads, give him some different padding. Give him some bigger pads, bigger shoulder pads. I was impressed by the way Aiden stayed in the game. Granted, you know, they didn't let him pass too much after those picks, but he picked his spots. You can tell his head was still in the game. He wasn't dejected. He was just on to the next play. I know I advanced the bye week because I just wanted to get through it and just see where we are going into week 14. See where everyone is as far as stats, because everyone's pretty much even. Everyone's pretty much played 11 games so far, so we know where we are as far as the leaders are. And we've got some commits. So we get finalists. Let's see. We get semifinalists. Let's see who some of the finalists are. Obviously, we know that the Maxwell, the Camp. Hey, I mean he should win the Walter Camp. I mean, if a Wyoming player doesn't win the Chuck Bednarik Award. In my opinion, Pepperoni is one of the best players in the country. Yeah, Davey O'Brien. No way. Doak Walker, he should. Of course, JP hopefully win the Doak Walker. Nothing in the Blitnikoff. Mackey, no. Outland, Outland, we got a sophomore. Richie Dunbar's a sophomore. And House Black won it last year as a freshman, I believe, right? Yeah. Shalom getting some play. Suarez. We're gonna miss Peoples. Peoples really solidified this defense. Peoples really had a big role in helping Coach Cook solidify this defense. And this defense has come a long way from just a few years ago. A long way. And I find it funny that Trent is a finalist for the Ray Guy Award winner. Ray Guy Award. Which is odd because as you can see, it's 8 punts all season. Granted, he's a long of 70. 8 punts, 37 punts, 30. Yeah, that's crazy the way the Cowboys, how good the Cowboys offense is. Obviously no surprise here. 2,000 yards. I mean, yeah, this is, we all know what's, I wonder where it is. Too bad they don't really tell you, right? Where do we stand in the Pac-12 South? Looks like we're playing USC. Although, I believe the first record, I believe it's the division record. And you see that 4-0 going up against 3-1. Huh. So the team has had a bye week to prepare. Ohio State, Michigan, top ranked just like they were last year. USC is 7th. San Diego State. Pac-12 with some teams. 1, 2, really 4? Not bad. 4 in the top 25. The American, I don't know how many they would have. Yeah, they don't have anyone. SEC 1. Oh, this is boring for you guys. So, all right, we'll end this here, and we'll see you guys next week. Week 14 at Cal for the division title to go on to play in the Pac-12 championship, to play for a berth in the BCS championship game. This program, AD Choppy, Coach Waters, Coach Schween, Coach Cook, Coach Carrero, Coach Fax, Coach Dean, the whole coaching staff has really done a good job in putting Wyoming on the map and really making a premier program in the country. Everyone should be proud of themselves. All right, we'll see you next week.